Okay, today we're going to test a little portable stove that I bought from Sportsman Guide online, and it was roughly, I want to say, a little over $11, but I'll get all the exact information for you and make sure and input it so you'll be able to find it. I haven't tested it yet. I had it packed in my go bag here, and then we were talking about taking it with us on a little hiking trip last weekend, and we opted not to because we had never tested it before. So we thought, well, better go ahead and test it before it comes time that we need it and it doesn't work as we think it should. So it's really great. I'll show you here. I keep it packed and it's so small. It folds up and it just fits right down in the side of the bag. I keep some extra little mini steno cans in my bag for that, but I also have, of course, my fire making kit, because you can use steno or it can eat wood or whatever else you want to stick in there. So it comes in really handy, and it comes in this little pouch that has a little belt loop on it. So, and it's really lightweight. It hardly adds anything to your pack, but yet it's metal. Well, of course it's metal since you're going to be using it for a fire. But let's take it outside and see what it'll do. Okay, so what we did is we brought outside the little pocket stove, our little canteen cup, or can you bring that over so we can see it in the camera? The canteen cup, right? The canteen cup, and also the fire making kit, which is contained in a Pelican case. Can you grab the fire making kit, dear? Thank you. And what? Oh, and we need water. Well, we can get the water in just a second. Let's see if you can make a fire before we worry about that. So, Ronnie is going to see if he can make a fire with the fire making kit. And there is everything that should provide 10 different ways to make a fire in there. And we do have a little bit of a breeze blowing, but it's okay. And Ronnie, do you want to slowly go through what you just did to unfold that? Or do you know?
No, just kind of did.
So, yeah, just open it up in there. Hold it like that. So it starts out nice and flat like that.
Just kind of open it up and
It's really
comes out.
self-explanatory. It doesn't, you know, it's not hard at all. It literally just folds out and takes its shape.
If you're doing it the wrong way, it'll kind of stick. So
Yeah.
you know you're going the wrong way. It should open pretty easily.
And then it's got a nice little trap door here where you can feed in. And it does have on the bottom,
It's got these grates. And there's a couple of tabs right here that it should fit onto. So the grates will sit right down on the tab.
and then with
And-
the
See if I can show this without falling apart. These grates will come down. You can kind of see there's a tab here and there's a tab here. These little grates will come down and sit right on top of the tab on each side.
perfect.
Okay. And this is the thing where you feed all the stuff in. So we'll put a few scraps of wood, nice wood pile here from our firewood for our wood stove. So I just found some small pieces and broke them up.
And we'll let him go ahead and get himself a little pile built in there. Okay.
Got some cotton balls here in our fire making kit that have been soaked in what, petroleum jelly? Vaseline, basically.
Vaseline.
So we're gonna, I should have actually put that there first and then put the wood on top of it, but we can still make it.
And how did you What'd you think about the make and the feel of the stove, the quality of the metal, Ronnie?
Well, it's fine, I think. I mean it's not, it doesn't seem like flimsy or anything. It's nice and flexible and folds up, but it seems decent as long as you're not too rough with it or anything. I like it. If it works well, I'll buy one for my backpack too. Actually, I need to put that cotton ball further over here. This might be a bit tricky. Of course, if we had matches or a lighter, it'd be simple. We just light that thing right up. But
Well, you do.
I'm going to do it the hard way.
I was going to say, you do have matches in the fire kit, though.
We're pretending we don't.
Oh, okay. We're pretending we don't. With the, you shouldn't really need the magnesium because you have the Vaseline.
Again, we're pretending none of that worked.
Oh, okay. So the Vaseline didn't light? Is that what you're saying?
Can you just strike the flint with the Vaseline and make
Yes.
it light? Oh, I didn't know that. We're simulating me not knowing that.
Okay, yes. Of course he already knew that, but we are simulating that he did not know that. Right, right?
That's right. Basically, I just need more experience doing this
Yes, we are
magnesium thing.
a little out of practice, so we haven't been on a camping trip in a little while, so it was time.
That's a problem. Can't remember. That's the flip, all right.
Yeah, there you go.
It's kind of hard to get your hands in here. Hey,
And you have
it's
it?
going. Yeah, there's a little one going.
Okay. And let's move in and see, don't smother it.
Nice, nice. Have a text message.
I smell fire. And the nice thing is it is shielded a little bit because of the walls on it, and then it has the little ventilation holes on the bottom of the side, which is good because you want ventilation coming into the bottom of your fire. Okay, so I see while I was off collecting water, your fire came to fruition quite well.
Yeah, I got some dried grass and threw it in there. It helped out a lot.
And if all else failed, you could have snipped off a little piece of twine and used that, because I'm sure you have a knife on you, right?
Sure.
Now you can start sticking in some longer, fatter pieces. Are you ready for me to put the cup on?
I think so.
The tried and true all-American Canteen cup. You can't beat it. I know a lot of people have gotten away from these. It's an old military one, but let me tell you what, when it comes to something that you can pack in your bag, and what I do is, people say, well, it's so bulky. But you know what? Really, it's not, because you can pack all kinds of stuff inside of it and then stick it in your bag. So, you know, it's not really taking up a lot of extra space. So, and it's sturdy, and it's got that nice little tuck away handle on it. Perfect. Been using it for years and years, and will continue probably to use it. In fact, this one that I have was actually given to me by an older veteran, so I will continue to use it. It's great. Okay, so we will see. It's got the little prongs on top of the stove so that you can set your pot and something. You might want to check them to make sure they're, you know, a little on the level side, because they might not be. And one of the things that I'm kind of noting, which we didn't do, and usually I do on anything that is I make sure and do in anything that is painted, is to do a burn off first, and I did not do a burn off on this one.
We're doing it now.
Yes, we are doing it now. You are correct, because if you will note, let me see if I can get close enough in here. And it's hard, the sun is so bright out here. On the sides there, the paint is bubbling and it's fuming. You can smell the fumes. So if you were in an emergency situation, might not be such a great idea to have those kind of fumes coming off. But it's not really bad. It's not as bad as like when we did a cheaper wood stove we had. But it is a good idea to go ahead and burn it off then. So that'll be done for the next time we go. We won't have to worry about stinking out the neighbors.
Well, so far I'm impressed. It's been pretty good. I'll just point out that it took me a while to get it going because I was trying to use the flint and the magnesium, and you don't have a lot of room to work with inside if you're trying to do it that way. I just wanted to
but it can be done with the flint and magnesium, right? One of the things that I suggested was maybe taking a piece of the bark and making a bed to start the fire in, and then slipping it in there, because you need, even someone with smaller hands, it'd be kind of difficult to use the flint inside the stove.
Take a piece of bark like this, or one of these other ones, a little bit wider maybe, but not too wide to get inside there. But could have put the cotton ball down there, maybe some grass on some of it. We got some dried grass, put some dried grass on top of there. Got it started that way, and then just stuck the whole thing in there and put some more twigs on it. Probably would have worked better. We'll have to try that next time ourselves and see how it worked. But I do want to point out that I did actually manage to get it started inside there with using the magnesium.
And right now,
took a little bit of work. It took about 5 minutes, I guess. But
right now we've got a pretty good wind going, but the fire is sustaining simply because it's got some protection on all sides.
But in your fire making kit, in addition to the cotton balls and things like that, you should also have hopefully some matches, and maybe even a lighter would be a nice thing. If I had used, we do have matches in here, I think.
Well, what we can do is on another video, we can just go through the whole fire making kit.
But what I was saying is, hopefully you've got that in there, some matches and a lighter or something. If I had used the matches or a lighter, it would have gone up just like that.
Right.
But using the magnesium, it didn't take that long. It took more time.
But the reason why we don't depend on the lighter or the matches is because if it's raining, then if it's raining or if it's very, very damp, a lot of times your matches won't work. Lighters can just fail on you at times. If it's extremely cold, sometimes lighters won't work properly. So the cotton balls will light regardless. Even if they're damp, they will light. So that's one of the reasons why I put those in there. And a good way to like instantly start a fire a lot of times is just simple twine, making a little bird's nest. So we will go through the fire making kit on another video to show everything that we keep in each of the fire making kits, and each one of us has one of these kits that stays in our go bag or attached to the go bag. Okay, I was just walking over and looking and realized that the water is already starting to boil. It's got some nice small bubbles in it at the time, but bubbles nonetheless.
Got a good fire going now.
Yes, it does. Whoops, I'm sorry. I'm just knocking the camera all around because I can't see with all the sun out here. just to give you a little bit closer up view, here is, it's a nice little fire going in there, but you can see where the paint bubbled off. Now you would think, I mean, I understand these are cheaper stoves, and I said the same thing on the little wood stove that we bought. You would think that they would use heat tolerant paint when they do these, so it wouldn't just, I mean, what's the purpose then, right? But again, it was $11 and the paint's kind of unnecessary. It might just be something, it's an aesthetic thing, I guess. And as you see, we now are starting to get a more rapid bubbling. Oh my goodness, yeah.
See it better around this side.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Makes it really sustains the fire well the way it is made. And then you can always close down that little trap door, but you know, that's nice the way it props open so you can feed it. That's a nice little feature. And then again, I really like that it's got the little air vent things in the bottom there. You see? Yeah, so you've got protection from the wind, but at the same time you're going to get oxygen flow. And it literally hasn't taken hardly any time to get that water going. You'd already be on your way to a Mountain House dehydrated meal, or whichever you prefer. So the question is, if one of these showed up in your go bag, would you appreciate it and would you use it?
Me?
Yes, you.
Yeah.
And it's so lightweight and easy to carry. Could you just see?
Use an axe too, since I'm apparently incapable of breaking a small twig.
You don't have one in your bag? Yeah, Mr. Flip Flop Man. Okay.
Axe in my bag? No.
Huh?
Axe in my bag? No, I need to get
Got a little mini one.
I do?
I said, I do. Keep it in the truck, but... You notice he has a little surprise sometimes about what he has in his bag and what he doesn't. Things just appear in his bag at times. In the winter, winter clothes appears. In the summer, summer clothes appears. Those little elves just work really hard on his little bag.
these little go bag elves.
Yeah.
Buy my nice Christmas present.
Yeah, you better. An FT817 would be a really nice one.
Yeah. Told me Santa Claus ain't gonna have enough money for that by the time this year.
Santa Claus better take another job then.
Santa Claus says you're not to get on the naughty list.
Are you trying to make a bonfire inside this little thing? He just wants his mountain house now. You did an excellent job, dear. Very impressed. I guess I should thank you for burning off all the smelly stuff too, huh? Yeah, it is, as you said, almost right there. And this little thing weighs, I'll have to look up all the information, I'll give it to you, but yeah, it literally does weigh almost nothing. Like I said, the stove's got, the pouch for the stove has a belt loop on it, and you could seriously wear it on your belt and probably hardly feel it. So, and you could very easily, like I said, with that opening in the side, the smaller stenos or a larger steno could go in from the top if you wanted to do it that way. And those nice little holes there would allow you to stick one of those longer lighters in and start it from the side if you'd like, if you wanted to. Several options there. And there we go.
Yep.
We are boiling. So there you go. The Sportsman Guide fold-up portable stove. All the information will be included. Now we're getting some great big bubbles in there. Nice good rolling boil, so if I needed to pasteurize some water, we'd be good to go. Have to keep it going, what, 10 minutes to pasteurize? Well, we have one of those things that comes with the sun oven that you can put in there when it melts.
Now it's a good rolling boil.
So good roll and boil, there you go. You can eat your mountain house. So great little stove, can't complain. We'll see how well it holds up over the long run, and we'll keep you updated if there's anything that changes.